series of tutorial about how to build 2D game, and we're in the middle of building this amazing 2D platformer and learn Unity and C# along the way. So we already achieved the functionality of climbing, jumping, multi-state driven camera, and we solved a little bug about wall jump, and yeah, and we achieved the functionality of, say, a special area. So let me show you guys how. So yeah, I think I got special area at the right side of it. So we get a special ability stone that when you step on it, you can just trigger, boom, boom, and all the way, and got a hidden tree. And when you climb there, you can get a sort of a hidden platform, and then you can say we got some bonus coin or some treasure chest on it. Failed to go to that place, but yeah, so I think that's already pretty good, and we can successfully navigate in this area. So all I'm going to do is adding some hazards. So what am I going to do to add a little bit say monster, so you can actually hit it and maybe level up, or maybe just when you hit it, you just end the whole game or something like that. Okay, so, and of course I'm going to do a fighting system. Okay, so we can actually because I think I already get the animation of attacking. So if you play that and you switch that, but I haven't write that code yet. So yeah, play focused. Let's change that to play focused, because I try to switch this attacking. So play focused. Okay, so we can get attacking, and then we can attack our enemy. And I got some amazing animation. So when you swing your sword, you project out a sort of I don't know, maybe some wind or some, I don't know, poison or something like that. Yeah, I haven't decided yet, but let's make it along the way. Okay, so let's make a enemy. So I'm a great fan of Maple Story, and I think in Maple Story, when you actually, I think in a pretty old version of Maple Story, and when you first encounter enemy, you got a sort of training field, and you got a lot of snails on it. So that's exactly what I'm trying to build. I'm going to build a snake. So I browse the Unity asset store, and I come across this Pixel Adventure 2, and inside of it I think I got a slime and a snail. I think this is pretty good. Yeah, you can do. I might do this slime later on, but I think the snail is pretty nostalgia. So I'm going to do this now. So if I click it and quickly go through it, you can see the animation, something like that. Okay, so it's sort of coming up and down, and I think that's pretty good. And this is good for idle animation as well as moving animation. So I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to make it a animation. So first we need to create a game object, so I can attach the collider as well as the animation to it. So what I'm trying to do is to, this time I'm going to do it from scratch. So without just creating the sprite, I'm going to create an empty and do it one by one, so you guys have a better understanding of what kind of components a game object have, and what component can achieve the function that you want to achieve. Okay, so let's do it from scratch. So let's do that from scratch. We got player. Let's just right click. Let me create empty. So that will be our snail. Okay, so the snail will be remember it's just empty. So let's just add a layer. Say that is the enemy, and these not spell that correct, or even terrible at spelling. So, and let me just check that, because in the dictionary, enemies. Yes, I think I got it correct. And remember adding a sorting layer, and that will be our enemies layer. So I tend to make the player layer at the most outside, and then enemy layer down below, because you don't want enemy to sort of just obstruct your and this layer is just for control, so you don't need to worry about that. So click snail, and the layer will be enemies, and yeah, we haven't got the sorting layer for now. So what I'm going to do is to add. First, you need to let it show. So you can say the renderer, and the sprite renderer, and here we are. We got sprite renderer. Sprite right now is none. So let's go back to. I think we got this. We got the snail. I'm just using this one. Okay, so click snail and click and drag, and let's just use the sprite right here. Right now you can't see it, and let's zoom it out. You can't see it. The reason for that is that yeah, you haven't set the sorting layer. So let's get enemy layer. Okay, but still we can't see it. Where is it? Okay, yeah, it's just too small. We can't see it. And the pretty cute snail right here. You click W, and you can just put it maybe here. And I think it's a little bit small for that, so you can go to the original. Yeah, let me just scale this up a little bit. So you can scale that to say 5 times. Ooh, that's a pretty big snail. Yeah, you can see that the snail's got the and changed or something like that. And let's just scale X and Y, Z. We don't need to scale at Z axis, something like that. Okay, so let's try to play the game and see whether we can see the snail. Okay, we got our snail, and I think that's looking pretty good. I think it's, yeah, my computer just got pretty slow, just wait it out. Okay, we get a pretty Adrian snail, and you can see that yeah, let me just pause for a few seconds so you can so the Cinema Machine will start working and zoom it in. You can see that the snail is has a layer down below, and I think the snail just get a little bit big, so maybe I'm going to stick with 3, something like that. Okay, so yeah, I think that's better. Maybe 2. We don't want the original enemy to get pretty yeah, scary. 1.5 maybe. Yeah, that's definitely too small. You want the less intimidating, but you want definitely want the player to actually see that. So let's add a capsule collider 2D. Okay, and yeah, and of course you can edit the collider to get it. I think you can even get a box collider for that. So you can edit that, zoom it in a little bit, so just to make it, yeah, just approximate the shape of it. Okay, so okay, let me just get over the top of it and grab that, just make it. Ooh, I can't make it down. Why is that? I think it's supposed to just click and drag. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let me just use a different collider. Collider, box collider. Yeah, I think I did not get a capsule collider 2D. Did I get a capsule collider 2D? Yeah, I work overtime, so I just don't really remember the time. So I think I overdo it. Yeah, I think the collide is a little bit too much. Okay, so if I get that to 1, it will just become small. So clearly that's not the way of doing it. Maybe not the capsule collider. Offset, I can change the offset. So maybe just change offset to make it here. Maybe just manually change size like this. Okay, so yeah, approximately like that. So yeah, you can get a little bit overlap and offset. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, so we got our collider. We don't have a material. You can add that if you really want that. For now, I think it's pretty good. So let's try this out. Yeah, this is not falling down. Good. Okay, so I got collider again. So I can stand on this nail. Sort of slippery. Yeah, let's change the material for our player. I think we got this capsule collider as well, the rigid body. We got box collider, material none. Let's go to the assets, material, no friction. Let's add that to no friction. Okay, so it won't be able to just stand on this snail and stop there, because you don't know, maybe the player would do something crazy, something like that. So yeah, want sort of an invisible wall to slide it down, something like that. Okay, yeah, this is good. Okay, but you know, there is some space between the actual body of this player as well as the detector, so it will give a sort of space that may stuck. So yeah, you need to add to that, fine tune it. For now, I don't think we need that because we are dealing with the enemy snail right now. So I think it's pretty good. And then let's make an animation. Because you want animation, so we can add components and animator. So you know, animator need to be controlled by the animator controller. So runtime animator controller. And let's go back to asset. That's the reason we are sort of building this file system, so it become easy for me to find it. Right now it's just too much. Let me just create a directory for all these imported assets. Okay, so we got this different asset that we downloaded from Unity's store. I'm gonna store it inside, and you will just recreate the reference, so your project will still be able to run, so you don't need to worry about that. I think that file also is imported asset. So yeah, all that input system is yes, is our work. So environment, this is our automatic generated environment animation, something like that. Yeah, we can do that. And we got this animator. Let me create an animator controller to actually control it. So we got this where is it, animator controller. Okay, so let's create the name. That will be our snail animation, something like that. Yeah, I want to separate that animation. I think maybe inside of animation we got a different. Say one is for player, any, something like that. Any, I think any is good. So player any, idle, walking, player controller, attacking, climbing. Yeah, I think we can just throw it in, and then enemy, enemies, and inside of enemies we got snail, okay, and so we can throw this snail enemies, snail, and this will be a snail, I don't know, chilling out idle animation controller, and we can add things. For right now we can see this just the entry, ending state, and exit, and clearly that's not enough, so maybe just create as an idle animation. And yeah, let's create an animation. I think I already got that inside of it. Imported assets, I think this is called Pixel Adventure maybe. Assets, enemies, and we got our snail. And yeah, this is pretty good animation. And what I'm going to do is to holding shift to select everything. And I think there's more. Okay, so select everything. And you can right click and you just create an animation. Where is animation? Okay, animation. And that will be our snail animation, something like that. Okay, so maybe just the idle snail.
I couldn't find idle in your Apple Music library. You can ask me to play a radio station.
I don't know whether the Siri just got triggered. It's a little bit creepy sometimes. So snail, any. Okay, so maybe just the snail idle. But I try to just let's just the snail any, something like that, because right now I think this animation is already good enough. Let's just click and drag that to snail. Okay, so let's go back, asset, snail animation, snail animation, and we just bring it inside of animator. Okay, so entry and snail any, speed 1. Yeah, I think I can do with that. We need to switch on the loop time, so when you play that, you get just automatically loop that animation. And go back here, don't forget we also need runtime animator controller. So we got this animator controller, here. So click and drag, just bring it here, and let's test it out. Hopefully it will work the first time we try. Okay, here's our snail. Doing his sort of animation here, sort of bumping, and you can see that the snail's eye got stretching out one by one, and that seems pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And our knight just chilling here. Okay, I think that works pretty good, even though it's pretty subtle, because I just scale this down, because I don't want the sort of the low level enemy too intimidating. So I want it sort of like a cute style, so you can get a sort of a good time in playing this game at the beginning, and maybe got some scary enemy at the end of the game. Okay, so right now I think it's pretty good, and this is just bringing me back to the time when we first played the Maple Story. It's that, you got this snail enemy. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, and I think I already finished with the animation, and let's make it move. Okay, so right now it does not move, and yeah, let's just play to test whether everyone's okay, because I changed the structure. Sometimes it does not work okay. Right now it's working okay, and I think, yeah, pretty good. So let's give this snail a little bit space. So yeah, let's change the surface so we can play around with it more. So we can get platform. Yeah, it's just something that I drew. Yeah, pretty badly draw, and yeah, don't worry, we will change that later on. We can get the tile palette. Let's just get rid of active platform tile map. Just get rid of this one, okay, and make it so deep area here. And then let's put our snail inside. So let's put a snail maybe here. Okay, so the player will be here. Okay, so let's play that. Okay, so the snail is here. You got this rigid body. You got collider here, but it don't have a rigid body. Do I have a rigid body, snail? Or forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't got a rigid body, so let's add a rigid body to the here. Dynamic, kinetic, static, kinematic will be fine. Okay, so you don't need sort of a dynamic because you don't need all kind of thing that this player would have. So because it's just the enemy, you don't need so much things on the body of the enemy. And I'm going to write an enemy script so they sort of control the normal enemy, unless you are dealing with some boss and you need to spend more time on boss, so more animation than that. Right now it's just a simple snail, so let's just add some script. Player movement, I think my naming convention, player movement.cs. Okay, let's create another script, C# script. That will be enemy movement.cs. Okay, so double click that. So let's grab this rigid body. So at the start of this code, first you need to declare that. Okay, so you need to have a field, serialized field, and float. I think let's go play move speed. I think yeah, I'm just going for the same move speed. 5. Snail don't usually move pretty fast, right? So if the play is 5F, let's just make it 1. Okay, unless you are dealing with a pretty hardcore enemy. Right now it's just a snail strolling. Okay, so yeah, and 5, and then rigid body to the that will be enemy rigid body. Okay, so the start of it, you need to get the components to the enemy rigid body, because you declare it, you never actually use it. So we need to get components, and that will be, yeah, I think when I finish the enemy rigid body, do just, yeah, this is pretty smart. Sometimes I intentionally just delete code just to see the work of a Copilot, because I spend, I think, $99 on that every year. I don't want to just type it myself. I want to see Copilot work and just review that. Okay, I said yeah, they just type that for you, and I think maybe I save my keyboard a little bit. So update. So every time every frame, I'm going to get the enemy rigid body, and you can change that to velocity, new vector 2, x movement speed, enemy rigid body velocity. So this is the original speed or whatever velocity that you have at the y-axis. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So let's go back to our game, and don't forget to attach this to our snail. So let's go snail, because this is sort of like the generalized enemy script, so you can use that multiple times, and that's the great thing about coding. Okay, so you can code that once and you can apply that multiple times. So let me just put it here, maybe just put it here. Okay, so movement speed, why movement speed is 5? I think I'll just reduce that to 1. Serialized view, I think this just automatically generated, so let's just change that. Go back. I think Copilot just pick up other people's training data and say it's 5. We don't want that. We want to customize it. We want the snail to move pretty slow. So let's try that. Oh, where's my snail? Where's my snail? It's completely gone. I think it maybe fall down the right side or something like that. So let's move speed, I think let's just go right. So let's just make it here and move our guy here, move our player on the right so I can see it coming. Okay, so let's run it again. Ooh, this is pretty fast. And it's just hit me, and I just got bumped because I got friction at 0. It got me bumped up and it's just falling down. And I think the movement speed definitely too fast. Let me change that to 1 and see that again. Maybe 1 is even faster. I can move it to 0.5, something like that. Okay, I think this is a good speed, but still I think this is pretty fast, and it's falling, definitely falling, and then not falling. So I can go to thing and see, it just moved to that. So it's not bumping into the wall. So I sort of want to collide to the wall and to just moving left and right in this area, because when I play the game Maple Story, it sort of have a mechanism like this. So let's write the code. Right, and we will solve the functionality of flipping this enemy and solving the maybe I can get multiple snail here, so you can you're using your sword to slash all the snail and get a lot of experience. But right now I think that's a little bit the concept that need explaining, and this video is already pretty long. It's nearly half an hour. And I tend to make my video a little bit shorter than solve a single problem as one video. Okay, so because the algorithm, I need to make the algorithm to push the video to whatever viewer who's interested